feel it in my fingers.
I feel it in my soul. We're like the goofy kids in the class that are like,
I need to put my cape on.
oh yeah,
So let me put my goddamn cape on.
that cape is fucking phenomenal.
Feel it in my fingers.
I'm wearing Brit's dress as a cape.
Friend, get off her cape.
Christmas is all around.
That is not the lyrics again.
Come on and let it snow.
Shut up, Amanda.
Hello and welcome to our newest podcast. It's called
Weird.
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 Spelled with a Y.
Like the Weird Sisters.
Like the Weird Sisters because, well, it's pandemic time and we were all feeling a bit witchy and kind of joking a little bit about how we were all becoming witches, becoming our own coven.
That's correct.
And so we thought we should start a podcast. This is Amanda.
Hello.
This is Kelly. And I'm Britt.
And we're weird.
We're weird, and we think we may be witches.
Oh, we are witches.
I was gonna say, I don't think there's any thinking anymore. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, it's happened.
Okay.
It's happened.
Okay. One thing I wanted to just say about this time right now is that I think that we're going through a time where we all feel sore, but also ready.
Ready.
Sore and ready.
Yeah.
So we're bruised, but we're raring to go.
Yeah, you know, that's funny that you say that with bruised, because in particular, I actually felt like my astral body, which is where my emotions are, I just learned that over the last 6 months during the pandemic.
In the last
bruised.
6 minutes, she learned about astral
6 minutes.
travel.
6
In the
minutes.
last 6 minutes. That's
And
how quickly
you know what?
things are happening.
Can I say something about that too? I also feel bruised because since I woke up spiritually, I got really constipated.
Oh my gosh.
My
It's
butt
true.
hurt a lot.
Yeah, weird stuff can happen to your body when you go through a spiritual awakening. There's that.
That's what they both think has happened right now, is that they've both gone through a spiritual awakening.
Oh, I know that's what's happening.
Oh, they
I
know
love
what.
that Ricky's saying they think this is what's happened, but the thing is that we know.
I
this
think
is
we have
what's
a
happened.
non-believer here.
I'm here for comic relief, and no, I've also been going through stuff. I might,
Phrase it differently than you both do.
but I think that it's a great thing for us to talk about spirituality through a lens of comedy. Well, that'll be my lens. Everyone, we're all gonna have our own lenses. Well, I thought maybe we'd begin by talking about what's your definition of a witch, Amanda?
What is my definition of a witch? I'm going to talk about how I see myself as a witch.
Okay.
Okay. So one of the things that I have realized, especially in this strange and beautiful time that we're going through,
Strange and beautiful time.
is that when I cultivate sense of love in my body, I can activate and make things happen for people. Seriously, like it feels like when I cultivate love, so I guess you'd call me a love witch. I
Like
can,
boners.
Okay, thanks for taking it there.
Okay.
I mean, there's that too. But seriously, it's like our thoughts create our reality. And our emotional source is that energy source that goes towards it. And when somebody holds you in love, anything can happen. So that's me as a witch. I'm a love witch.
A love witch. All right. How about you?
How I see witches are, I mean, back in the day, you know, they were bad and burned, and if they, you know, were thrown in the water and they sank, they were not a witch.
Yeah, that's
And then
right.
if they floated, they were a witch and killed anyway, right? So those witches were women. We're all women, right? And that persecution was against women, not witches. I mean, every woman is a witch in her own right. And it's just this time now, for us in particular, that we are beginning to remember what we already know. We're remembering the immense power that we have, and, you know, we're ready to take some shit down.
Yeah, girl.
Nice.
Also, I like can see auras and stuff now, so it's pretty cool.
Good
Just
answer,
as a
good
side
answer.
note, she can see auras.
Yeah, they're both learning to astral travel and see invisible things, or they're invisible to most of us. One thing I was reading is that, well, obviously we're often afraid of the unknown, and you know, we're scared of it, or we don't trust it, we mistrust it, and So a lot of the persecution of people considered witches were people who had knowledge that wasn't commonly understood by people. So it's things that remained mysterious to the world, and I think that that's something about the idea of being a witch, is that you hold a place for mystery in your body and in your spirit that is unknowable perhaps through language, unknowable through conventional means, but understood deeply and intuitively.
That was a really beautiful response and well thought out. Thank you, Britt. I love that.
Thank you. Oh, I have a quote too.
I didn't see any air punches in her, so.
There's this kind of amazing quote by, she was a Native American rights activist from Matilda Jocelyn Gage, 1893, who wrote a book called Women, Church, and State.
What?
Yes. And she said many women who were accused of being witches were brilliant minds of their age and a threat to the patriarchy.
Boom, boom.
Oh, fuck.
So yeah, we'd like to be a threat to the patriarchy, which again is not, patriarchy is not a male-dominated thing. It's a system we're all under, as is colonialism, capitalism, patriarchy. We gotta dismantle all the systems. That's my perspective anyway. I'd like to tear them all down. Maybe we could talk a little bit about like what we've been going through during the pandemic in particular that has sort of like increased the vibrational energy of our being in the world. Kelly, do you want to start?
Oh yeah, big increase in vibes over here. Yeah, I when COVID hit, I had been teaching dance for 23 years and dancing for nearly 40 years. My whole life, my entire life, only that. And then I was forced to stop. And I finally listened to the voice inside me that said, you're here to help people. It was always there, and I was like, no, you go away, because that's too scary, because then I have to deal with my own stuff. So I took that time to deal with my own stuff and take care of those things that had happened to me in my past and things I went through, and I started healing them. And as soon as I took this step, everything started falling into place. Boom, 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 boom. Right? Next thing you know, I'm taking Reiki courses, and I'm a theta healing practitioner. I'm now taking neurolinguistics programming and hypnotherapy, and going to open up a clinic one day just to help people. And I think especially in a time like this, mental health is right? And we all got to lift each other up and help in our own way. And this is my way of giving back and supporting my community and, you know, changing minds.
Well, my awakening started about 2 years ago as a very trickle. And I'm going to call it a remembering, like you said, rather than an awakening, because I started to remember things and things made sense from my childhood. But I am a coach, I'm a business coach, and I've done it for a lot of years, but I took a big, huge break from coaching because I had burnt myself out, and I worked at the public library, and what happened was I didn't get a job I really wanted, and I was really heartbroken about it. And I was so heartbroken about it that a shower exploded on me. Like literally the glass went everywhere, and it went boom!
Wow.
And it was like I had this understanding of like, that's you playing way too small. And things started coming to me in dream state. I would wake up with like knowledge about stuff. I'm like, why do I know this? I wasn't thinking about that nothing. And someone said to me, sounds like you're accessing the Akashic records. And I was like, I don't know what are the Akashic records? No clue. And through a bunch of synchronicities, I found myself in a course during the pandemic. Not really a course, more like an initiation into the Akashic records. So now I know how to access them. But I knew this was coming. I wasn't surprised with the pandemic. I had been working as a business coach, and everything was saying to me, you need to bring the spiritual into what you do. You need to bring the spiritual into personal leadership. And I was like, what? I'm not spiritual. Like, I grew up in an atheist household. So to me, spiritual meant religious. And
Nothing against religion.
it just wasn't something I grew up with. So right when this all happened, I was like, lost all my coaching contracts in 1 week. I was like, okay, I'm gonna huddle down. This is it. I'm gonna hone my intuition, and started to meditate every day and started to receive guidance through words, feelings, visuals, and all of it was bang on.